Sunday the 3rd, 4th of November. 3rd, I think. We're down the plot. We're going to see if we can lift our dahlias in this little break in the weather. It's forecast for showers later on in the afternoon. In fact, we probably should have been having showers now, but we haven't. Our dahlias were caught by the frost last week, so we've got a little row just here that we want to lift. The plan is we're going to lift them, clean the roots, and then bob them in the plot greenhouse to dry off a little bit. It really is very wet underfoot. It's going to be good fun getting those up. And then we have, I think, some in the perennial bed. Yeah, I can see we've got at least a couple in there. So there's one just there, and then another one alongside it, just there. So we have to lift them, clean the roots, and then get the roots to dry off.
The first job's going to be taking the tops from the blackened dahlias, but we want to make sure we know what the colours, which dahlias are which. So Martin's written a label to indicate that this one is Sylvia. It's an orange pom-pom one that did really well this year, so we hope it will survive next year. And the first job is going to be to take the blackened tops off. Are they soft? They're gone soft.
Sort of.
Once these tops are off, the next job's going to be to try and release the tuber from the mud. This is going to be the fun bit, isn't it?
Yes.
It's a bit like digging potatoes, except in this case it's not the roots that we're that interested in, it's the tops.
We're interested in...
Oh, we're interested in the fact that we hope we've got some tubers. Apparently they are edible, related to potato family. Don't really fancy eating them though, do you?
No.
Is that just one tuber?
It's one root.
It's at this point where sometimes bits break off, don't they?
Yeah.
You see anything?
Oh, there's some tubers on it, it's just getting to them. We'll have to get a little fork, I think,
Right.
to get some off before I try and clean them properly.
Just going to try and get as much of the soil off as possible. Is that as muddy?
Eh?
Is it as muddy?
No, it's not that bad.
Somewhere in amongst this great big clump, we're hoping there's a nice fat tuber, aren't we?
Some tubers.
I suppose the tops of the dahlias and the roots and everything have stopped that bit of soil from becoming quite as muddy as left with nothing in. Some tubers are starting to emerge now, aren't they?
Yeah.
Or I should say be revealed.
Trouble is, if when all this soil gets left on, if it all dries over winter, you can't do anything with it.
Yeah. Plus the fact that with it being, if it's soggy and wet, it could stand a chance of rotting the tubers, couldn't it?
Yeah.
Is that tuber solid?
Hey, not this one.
Yeah.
That is.
Because sometimes they go mushy, don't they?
Yeah.
I hope this one survives because the orange pom-poms gave us some really good flowers this year, didn't they?
I don't know whether to see what I can do and if it'll wash that. When we got them lifted, we're giving them a bit of a jet wash to try and clean off some of the muck so that they've a bit better chance of surviving winter in the greenhouse. So we've got one done, which we think is all right. So we reckon that's all right. We'll try and dry that off now in the greenhouse before it goes in some protective paper sack for overwinter. They've all our dahlias have now had a wash. We've got as much soil off as we think we can. We could carry on forever trying to get soil off, but we're now going to put these in the greenhouse upside down and see if we can dry them off a bit before we put them into some winter storage.
Right, so now we're going to pop them in the greenhouse to try and get them to dry off a little bit, which in this weather is wishful thinking. We're using these little collars that we used for the tomatoes to try and keep them upside down so that any moisture drains out of the stems. Oh, that's a big one.
All our dahlia tubers are now as cleaned off as they're going to be cleaned off. They're upside down, drying off. Once they're anything like dry, they'll be moved into the garage at home, stored in potato sacks. That's if that one will go in a potato sack. I think it might just about.
We need some sunshine, don't we, to dry them off
It
now?
should warm up in here though through the day, shouldn't it, if we get a little bit of sunshine?
It's whether it stays damp, I suppose.
I think it will dry off a bit in here. a successful afternoon, I think, getting all those tubers up.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching.
Bye bye.